Hey guys, it's DestinyLashae. Welcome back to another video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe before you leave so you do not miss a video. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you how I cover my dark marks and also look like a baddie at the end of it. I'm going to show you how to highlight and contour because I've changed my techniques completely. Also, get your makeup out, get a cup of tea or something because this is not going to be a short video. I'm going to be talking through basically everything. Quick story about like how my face was clear and now it's not. I started Retin-A probably about a month ago. Don't ask me why I started using new products again because I always end up doing this and then my skin goes crazy because it's used to the products that I'm using. So my skin, like all around the sides right here, and here, and some on my forehead as well. Like this one, it's like everywhere. Really, it's clearing up and I don't have a lot of texture anymore like I did when I was using the Retin-A. I completely stopped because I feel like me personally, I don't like the whole purge before your skin gets better thing. Like, I don't really believe in that. I think I've said this before, but if my skin is doing good with the products that I'm using, I'm not going to start using any new products. I say this all the time and I like want to slap myself every time I use something new, but like, it's my job. Like, I'm a guinea pig for you guys. For you. My skin was already better. I was just trying to do extra stuff to help my skin exfoliate. But I'm just going to exfoliate the way that I've been doing it. So that's over. And I'm not saying my skin is terrible at all. It's just that I didn't have all of this like 2 months ago. So I'm going to show you guys how I cover my dark marks fully. Sometimes I don't like a full coverage look and I just throw on like a really light BB cream. But when I want my face beat, listen, I want these bad boys covered. Okay, so what I like to do first is make sure my skin is moisturized because you do not want to sit foundation on top of really crusty, dusty skin. Okay, so I like to use my regular moisturizer. I like to use the Clinique Jelly Moisturizer. That is my holy grail moisturizer. I love it so much. So I use that first, right after I wash my face to lock in the moisture, and then I go in with a primer. So for me, when it comes down to primers, I like primers that give me a little bit of coverage. Like, it covers my dark marks a little bit so that I don't have to work so hard later and my foundation doesn't look cakey. So this is the Marc Jacobs Tantalized Dewdrops. These do have coconut oil in them. I really like this product a lot. I like to mix this. This is Dermablend Professionals. I think this is like their little jelly primer. But this is a really good hydrating primer. And it gives me like that texture of the Milk Makeup Primer that's really like jelly-like. And I love that. But I combine these two together because this gives me some sort of slip across my face. This is a little tough to spread by itself. So I mix these two together. And I put it on my face. So I put it on the back of my hand first. And this I really love because it gives you a really nice glow underneath your makeup and it kind of shines through. And then I mix in some of the jelly primer. It's really sticky, but that's what you want because it'll help my foundation to last all day. So before I go in with foundation, I always like to use concealer to go in and conceal any darker areas on my face. It can be underneath my eyes, around my mouth. Sometimes when I was pregnant, would get dark on my neck. Anywhere that you have hyperpigmentation or discoloration, use a concealer before you put your foundation on. It helps you use a lot less foundation and you don't look as cakey. My favorite holy grail concealer is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW45. This concealer is really full coverage. I put one little dot on my hand and I spread it on the entire like surface of my face and it covers everything. Very thin in consistency. It's not cakey and it looks good under foundation. This color I chose NW45 because it's a warmer shade and I feel like it helps camouflage the darker areas because it's a little bit warmer. I feel like the shade doesn't really matter. Of course, get something close to your skin tone, but the shade doesn't really matter. I've used lighter concealers or darker concealers, but something around your skin tone, and if you can get something warmer, get something a little bit warmer. In my case, it helps my foundation look a little bit better. So I like to put it on the back of my hand. If you have been watching makeup tutorials and you know, a lot of makeup artists put makeup on the back of their hand because it warms up the product, especially if you have a cream product or a liquid product. It warms up the product on your hand, like your body heat warms up the product, so it makes it easier to spread. So when you put it on your face, it goes on smooth and it looks so much better. So we don't just do that for no reason. I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand, right? I'm gonna start off with one pump, and what I'm gonna use to apply that is a flat brush like this. So this is what it looks like. My brush is not clean. Oh, by the way, if you are using dirty makeup brushes, I'm coming for you. But I know some of you guys are not washing your brushes and you're like, why is my foundation not coming out right? Why is my base looking so crazy? Why am I looking crusty after I apply my makeup? We gotta do better, okay? So wash your makeup brushes. If you don't like washing them, spot clean them. Put a little bit of dial soap on this bad boy. Swirl it around, like a little bit of water. Swirl it around and get that brush clean and kind of like dry it off. I do not let my brushes get dirty past 2 or 3 uses. Like, people out here using their brushes like all year without washing them. I'm just going to tap the MAC concealer into my face, and I'm literally taking this flat top brush and tapping. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm only tapping 2 or 3 times and I'm leaving it alone. Because the more you tap, the more sheer the product is going to be. Even though this is full coverage, you just want to make sure that you're getting super full coverage. So don't over tap. You can use like a fluffy eyeshadow brush as well. But these flat top brushes just make it really easy to cover. And as you can see, I have more of that concealer on my hand. A little bit goes a really long way. So I'm just tapping it in. If I have an active pimple, I would do the same exact thing. I actually do have one right here. I have a little baby whitehead. I would just tap over it just to make it look a little bit less noticeable. And then I have a little bit of product still left on my brush. I'm going to put a little bit of that underneath my eyes. This concealer is awesome for under eye hyperpigmentation. It's really good. It's a little pricey, but I mean, makeup is pricey in general, even drugstore makeup now. A drugstore product that I like that could replace this is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It's really good. And as you can see, I'm looking a little spotty. But this will get covered with foundation. So what I like to do is let this sit on my face for about 1 minute or 2. So what will happen, the concealer will dry on my face and it'll settle, and I can put my foundation on top of it without this concealer moving and my dark marks being exposed. Okay, so it's been about 2 or 3 minutes and the concealer has like set into my face. I've been using a lot of different foundations just because I'm trying things out and new products come out all the time. So I'm like, okay. I love this foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I tend to gravitate towards foundations that are dewy, that are luminous. I'm going to show you how beautiful this foundation is. I know some people are like, Wet n Wild's like $3. But listen, I don't even know if this matches me right now, but I'm going to try. I don't need that much on the back of my hand. Like a good amount, but not too much. You can always like add more later. I like to use a brush first and then a sponge. Any foundation brush. I'm just going to use that to tap my foundation in. Hopefully this matches. Yeah, I think it matches. Okay. Like, look at... And it gives you like a nice medium coverage. Like, look at that. Wait. What? It's so beautiful. And then put some on the other side. I'm just tapping very lightly so that I don't disturb concealer underneath. Even though it's dry, I'm still being very careful. And I put the least amount of product on my forehead because that is not really my problem area right now. So I save that area for last. So if your problem area is your forehead and your cheeks are clear, or you know, everything is just spotty right now, just do every area very evenly. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna get my neck Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, and I'll come back because brows take too long. All right, my brows are done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and highlight and conceal just to add some more dimension to my face, but that pretty much covers the full coverage look of everything. But after you cover everything up and you're looking nice and flat, it ain't cute. Like, it's not nice and flat. It's like you look one-dimensional. So what you need to do is go ahead and contour and highlight so that your face has that same definition that it had before you put the makeup on. Like, makeup is stupid though. It's stupid. Like, if you really think about it, makeup is stupid because you're creating a blank canvas and then you're putting back what you just took off. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. We're gonna add that dimension back into the face. So what I like to do for concealer is use my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Love this stuff. I've been using this for a while. And then I use my Fit Me Concealer, and I put these two bad boys together. This gives me a nice matte look underneath my eyes without making it crease too much. And then it looks nice and flawless underneath the eye, right? I put this on with sort of like the same brush that I put on my little dots with. Definitely use a clean brush. But I'm just going to take one of those little brushes, just kind of swirl it in. Sometimes I blow my hot breath into my makeup. Make sure it's your makeup. Just to warm it up a little bit because I'm not going to put this on my hand. You can use a blow dryer too. I begin to tap the concealer underneath my eyes in this kind of motion. And then I bring it down the sides of my nose as well, just to help contour my nose without contouring my nose. I'm just pouncing this into my skin. And then what I'm also doing is bringing some of this concealer down by like my nostril a little bit. And I'm not adding too much product at all. I'm just really tapping it in and blending it out. And if you do have dark circles, this is just another step to cover them, as well as highlight your face so that it doesn't look one-dimensional. So just be really gentle around your eyes. You don't want to do too much or be too harsh. And don't add too much of this because I am going to use another concealer. And I'm not bringing this in my contour area at all. I'm just kind of keeping it in the hollows of my eyes, if that makes sense. In like a little triangle formation. I'm going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose. I don't really like contour my nose like that, but I like to give it a little bit of dimension. Then I'm going to put some on my Cupid's bow. Actually, my entire upper lip. Right here and here. We're basically going to connect this upper lip to these areas right here. Then, I like to take my Fit Me concealer. We're going to use a little bit of this. And I'm just going to put this right here. And this just helps make this concealer look even creamier afterwards. So just gonna put some here and here. And I like that this concealer, especially if you're a beginner, gives you a little bit more time to move it around. And I like that. It doesn't dry up right away. It gives you some time to like mess up, move it around, do your thing. So while my concealer is drying underneath my eye, what I'm going to do is actually apply some of that NARS concealer to my lid. I love doing this because it really mutes out any like hyperpigmentation I have on my lids, and it gives me a nice base for my eyeshadow. I don't think I applied that much eyeshadow today, but I'm just applying that to mute out everything and kind of give my eyelid a smooth look. Then I'm going to go in with my NYX vinyl liner, and I just wanted my eyes to look like somebody today. So I put on some liner, and with this liner it makes it super easy to create that nice wing sharp shape because the brush is so I can't even talk, so tiny. So I went in with that, and then I went in with a black eyeshadow and a nice little flat fluffy brush, and I went in and kind of smudged that eyeliner out a little bit with some black eyeshadow just to make it look a little bit more grungy and blend it out and all that. And then I went in and cleaned it up because it was really messy after that with some of my Fit Me concealer. And then basically we got our eye look together. Now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and this has been sitting on my face for a while. Damp beauty blender. Run it under some water, right? You can use any sponge that you want that looks similar to this. So run it under some water, squeeze out the water, and then your beauty blender is damp. Like, don't have the beauty blender dripping wet. Run under water, squeeze it, and then it's ready. Okay. And I just go in underneath my eyes and blend like this. And I'm going to put on my lashes after this because so you guys already know how I feel about my Laura Mercier powder, right? I actually left this at my mom's house in North Carolina, and they just sent me another one. But listen, when I was not using this, I was using the Sasha Buttercup powder, okay? So Sasha has been doing me right. Like, Laura always does me right. She keep me solid, right? But Sasha, like, I used to use a yellow tone powder, and I stopped using it because I was using Laura. But this Sasha powder is a deep yellow. It's really nice. It looks really good on, like, my mom and myself. It's a really deep, rich yellow tone, and I actually really miss that. Like, I used to use banana powder. Remember banana powder? Used to use that back in the day all the time. I'm gonna take that, and I don't know about you, but I still bake. Sometimes, like, if I'm in the mood, I won't bake, and if I don't have time, I won't bake. But today I got time. What I like to do is take the powder along my nose first, and then press it into the corner of my eye, and then press it underneath my eye, like this. And I just want to make sure I don't mess up my eyeshadow. So I do that first, and then I take a little bit more powder and just set it underneath the eye in that same shape that we put the concealer. And lately, I've been putting a lot. It just looks, I find that baking makes my makeup look a lot smoother under the eye. You don't have to use as much powder, but you know, I'm just showing you how I do. I like my bake to sit for at least 5 minutes, and then we go into the next steps. But yeah, I'm gonna throw on these I Envy lashes. Now, if you're a beginner, eyelashes is something that you have to conquer. That's a whole nother video, to be honest. But putting on lashes with this Ulta tool that you see here makes it really, really easy to apply them. But anyway, so I like to take a fluffy brush like this, and I like to sweep my powder away with my MAC MSF powder. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. This helps with flashback. If your under eye powder does have flashback, this one doesn't. And it helps make you look photoshopped, like in real life. And it makes you look nice and smooth, and it just, get it. It's good. Take this little fluffy brush. This is the Huda Beauty Glow Brush. Any, like, fluffy looking brush will work. Not too big, not too small. We're just going to brush it away with nothing on the brush first. Brush the powder away. Like, looking up. Like, look at how smooth that looks already. And we're not even done. We're not even done. Now, I take my MSF, dip into that a little bit. A lot of it. And just kind of put that underneath the eye as well. Just kind of tapping it first and then brushing. Okay, so I'm going to contour with this Anastasia Cool Earth Stick Foundation. Any foundation or stick or cream, any product that is like 2 or 3 shades darker than your skin tone, a cool shade you can use to contour. Bronzing is different. Bronzing is more adding warmth to your face. I'll contour and bronze today. You'll see. But I'm just going to put a little bit. I don't like too much cool tones, too many, is that right? I don't know, too many, too much. Cooler tones on my face, just because I like my face to be warm, more on the warmer side, but I do want a little bit of that coolness on my face, and it helps kind of define your cheekbones too. Here, I used to like contour way down here. Don't do that. Contour up here and lift up, because this will like lift your face up. So go more towards your cheekbone and kind of lift this way, and don't drag it down. Lift it up. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and bronze. Favorite bronzer of all time is the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami. I'm sorry, I haven't been showing you guys all the products, but I'll do better next time. But I put that right on top of my contour and just kind of lift my face up like this gently. And this is like a little fluffy MAC brush. And I'm just lightly tapping that on top of the contour, lifting my face upwards, right? I used to bronze like this. Oh, there's a hair. So I used to bronze like this, like all up in here. But it doesn't. All it does was like drag my face down. So I just bronze up here and lift my face up. I don't really focus too much on my forehead, like I said, because I have a big forehead already. I don't want to do too much. And I take a little bit of that bronzer. I just pinch my brush a little bit and just go along the sides of my nose. I don't do too much at all. To add more dimension and stuff to my face, like I said, we're canceling out things, like creating a clean slate and then putting in imperfections again, basically. So I just like to use my liner and just make little beauty marks, like tiny ones. I have natural moles on my face anyways. I'm just adding 2 little dots to my face to make my foundation look more like skin. I'm going to use my Huda Beauty palette, the 3D highlighter palette. I haven't been super into highlight lately. I know. I just take a little bit. I'm going to show you guys how I do my nose too in a minute. I just take a small amount and just put it right here. Like that. See that? Bronzer and contour. And if you do, I have like a small whitehead right here that I'm probably going to pop after this video. Like take out. But don't put any highlighter on top of any active breakouts because it'll just enhance them. So don't do too much when it comes to like active breakouts. Don't put any highlighter on them because it'll make them more like out there. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Strawberry Blush. And it's like a pinky toned, cute little blush. And I'm going to put that on with my bronzer brush. It was like a tongue twister. I'm not going to put too much. And I'm just going to put it right where that bronzer and highlighter is. And this is just going to give us some more color. So to make my foundation look more like skin and look more flawless, I'm going to add some setting spray. So I use about 10 setting sprays. Just kidding. I don't. I use 2 usually. So I usually go in with my sad little bits of Iconic Glow Spray because this gives me a nice glow. I go in with that first. So this one I actually made like a custom little mix of my Fix Plus and the Iconic Spray. I can't find my big bottle of Fix Plus, so I'm just going to use this. So if you have oily skin and you are going out and you want your makeup to last all day, I would definitely say use Fix Plus, but also use something that will lock in your makeup. So real quick, I'm trying to get back up here. The All Nighter by Urban Decay is really good to go on top of the Fix Plus. So the Fix Plus is just to kind of make your makeup not look like makeup anymore. And then this is like a all-nighter spray that will hold your makeup on. Actually, these 2 are made by the same people. So Skindinavia is the company that makes the Urban Decay spray. So these basically are the same. Or you can get the Skindinavia spray. These are both very good. Basically the same exact thing. And they hold your makeup on most of the day. And I also heard the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Spray is really good. So for lips, actually let me do my bottom lashes. The telescopic mascara is bomb for the bottom lashes. Let me show you. I think I want to use this Dose of Colors Chocolate as a lip liner. I'm going to try it. I'm going to press my lips together. Okay, go to the bottom. So I'm going to take a little bit of Interview by Huda Beauty. And I'm going to put that in the center. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and just blend that lipstick into the other lipstick, the brown. I actually miss using a lipstick eyeliner. Okay. And now I'm going to add some gloss on top of that nude lip. This NYX gloss from the Shine Loud collection is fire. Like, look at that shine. Like, look at that lip. Okay, so this is the final look. Let me do my hair real quick. Hold on. So boom, she's done. But thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Make sure you watch some more, and I will put the videos right here. See you in the next one.